You
we gotta
were
let you get out of
the
here.
commentator for the Olympics. How was that? Any like cool stories from that?
What's Olympic Village like? Is it
yeah.
fuck fest? I heard it's just.
I did not go to the village because of the COVID restrictions.
Oh, that's right.
Basically, I had to only be in my hotel or at the venue. And there was an app you had to install that tracks your movements.
Yeah, that's called a wife. That's the app.
It was full on. It was full on. But also I felt very lucky to be there because the skaters, their families couldn't even go watch.
Yeah.
There's no spectators.
Yeah.
And I'm just free roaming.
Yeah.
I mean, I went to the venue. I was pretty much the first one to skate the park course.
No.
Yeah, because the park skaters weren't there yet. They were coming in the next week.
Because everybody comes in for their event and then they go. They're not there for the whole
so
Olympics.
I came in and the street area is right next to the park. And I roll in with my skateboard. And I'm like,
oh, I'm getting it.
Just go in and start skating. It was more about asking forgiveness than permission at that point.
Yeah.
I did get kicked off the street course though.
No.
Yeah.
Somebody had to kick Tony Hawk off of a skateboard.
It was funny that the announcer came over because I was shooting the warm up and I was doing like you could stand on the side and shoot video. But I was actually following people through the course. With their permission, the skaters.
Yeah.
But then at some point, someone saw me on the camera. It went up to the tower. Like, what the fuck's he doing?
So who's the guy that has to
the dude? It was this French dude that was doing the announcing just for the venue.
Yeah.
Like, Tony Hawk, please get off the street course. I'm sorry, I didn't want to say that. I get kicked off stuff all the time. It's fine with me.
Oh, that's great. Wow. Mark?
Well, I'm curious, two things. One, how was the experience of skating with your kids? Like once they were able to skate, did you encourage them into...
All of our kids skate.
Yeah.
Wow. In fact, when we go travel, the first order of business is finding the skate parks in the area. Not because I want to.
Right.
But because they want to. And then I just become their filmer.
Yeah.
That is absolutely the dynamic of how we travel. Even here, like when Supreme built the bowl in Brooklyn, as soon as we got to New York, they're like, "Can we go skate to Brooklyn? Can we go skate Supreme?" Like, yes, I'll find out who runs the place.
Yeah.
And that's I think the fun thing for me is that not everyone, but so many people skate now that it's more common that they do that they don't. And so to see them living in an era where it's like all their friends skate or they know skating or they're down with it is really fun to see. And in fact, I'm more like...
Now non-skaters are the we'll bleep it, buddy. Don't.
But the funny thing about the kids is that, this happens a lot. Most of them are out of the house now, but when they were living there and their friends would come over who all skate too, they'd all be downstairs like arguing about the origins of some trick, the name and this. And I'd come into the kitchen like to get a drink or something, and I'm just like, "You guys want the answer?" I was there when it happened.
I named it.
That too. And they're just like, "I'm just the dad." They're just like,
"Wow, that's wild."
Don't tell us about your old school stuff.
Yeah.
Like, okay. You guys argue amongst yourselves. I'll see you later.
Do they play the games? Do they like them?
Yeah, for sure. More like my son Riley. He's 28 now, but he grew up in the era of THPS. Then eventually became a character in it because he's a pro skater. But he was more of that era. And then when the remaster came out last year, the other kids.
Oh, that's dope.
Okay. I had one, but based another one now off of what Mark said about skating with your kids. Is there an age where you're like, I think I need to stop skating, I have a number in my mind or anything, or you're just going to skate?
I never made those ultimatums, so they just felt like it would backfire.
Okay.
I feel like if I'm able to stand on my own 2 feet, I'll ride a skateboard. It might not be on the level that people expect.
Right.
And maybe I won't do it in public, but I can't stay off the skateboard.
You can't not skate.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, I'm just enjoying because I have found this sort of new approach to skating where I can do new tricks and they're not high impact, more technical, and they're really more for the only people who appreciate them are skaters themselves.
Yeah.
For the most part.
Yeah, your last video you posted, I didn't even know what happened.
It's like that. And so I really enjoy that creative process.
Right.
And that's what's keeping me fired up. And if I can't, if I don't feel like I'm being innovative or if I'm not living up to the ideals of a pro skater, then I won't do it in public.
Yeah.
But for now, I'm so good at it.
I have a question. We're well, myself, Akash, and Mark are all stand-ups. We're very lucky. We get to make a living doing something we love, something we're trying to improve at constantly. It's a creative endeavor. It's really fun. It's exciting. I'm curious if maybe you can give us some advice, some things to make sure we don't miss out on. Because right now we're in that heyday, right? Well, some of us are at a different stage of a career. Mark is younger in the game. But like, what are the things that you look back on, you're like, oh, I really wish I kind of sat and appreciated that? Or,
for sure, the camaraderie, because I was so hyper-focused on competition that I kind of missed what else was happening and the friendships that were made. And maybe I just ignored it for the most part because I was just, this is it. This is the goal. Yeah. And I see how many people made these incredible friendships along the way and have these memories. And I was like, what? Where was that? I don't remember that. But also the travel. For me, when I was young, I was this kid from San Diego. I never traveled anywhere. And so when I would go places, it was just weird. Weird food and everything's weird. And I didn't appreciate that this is something to revel in. Yeah. I can't believe I have these experiences. Now I absolutely embrace it. But back then I didn't. And I feel like I would have had a deeper appreciation for my experience if I had really embraced Europe or really embraced Japan. Yeah. I do now, but in those days it just felt awkward.